Hey guys, so it's what, 8 days I think before I'm supposed to leave for Rocky Mountain Race Week. Yeah, there's the engine. So basically, the engine's all ready to go in. Got the headers in the engine bay. Torque converters bolted in. The new seal for the transmission for the torque converter has been replaced and put in. Just because when I pulled the engine out, I pulled the torque converter out with it, and just want to put a new one in just in case I damaged it. So last night I got the flex plate all bolted in as well. I got the motor mounts all bolted up. So basically this thing is ready to drop in. Of course, it'll probably fight me. But anyway, let me pop this thing in. Hopefully we can get it in, the transmission bolted up, the torque converter bolted up, motor mounts bolted up at least tonight. And then, maybe we can start popping a few things back in place. So the goal is to have it running Friday. So I can drive it around over the Labor Day weekend, make sure everything is good. And then I'm not going to be able to make any passes in it. I just want to get it running, driving, confidence in it, that it's going to make 1,500-mile trip. Hook up the trailer, go for a little ride on the highway, that kind of stuff. So anyway, let me pop this thing in, and hopefully Friday, along the way, I'll take some stills, some videos where we're at, and hopefully Friday we'll hear it running. Well, hey guys, so this thing fought me a little bit. Took me about, I hate to admit it, like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours to get this thing in. For whatever reason, it was really not wanting to mate up to the transmission. So I finally got it made up. The last thing I want to do, obviously, is use bolts to draw it in and snap an ear off or something like that. So, I took my time, wiggled it, kept using jacks to lift up the transmission, lift up the back of the engine, pry bars to try to move it around. Finally got it to line up. And so I got the transmission now 100% bolted in. The torque converter is all bolted in now. The motor mounts are all bolted in. The starter is all bolted in. The inspection cover is all bolted in. Filled it full of oil, and all of a sudden I'm like, why is there this big leak of oil under there? And here's a quick picture. And found out valve cover was leaking. Thank God, just a valve cover where I put the oil in. So I need to double check and see why it leaked out. On these Magnums, I'm running an LA style valve cover and not the Magnum valve covers. And so I need to put a little extra silicone in the back where, there's a little exposure. So I forgot to do that. So I'm going to pull those valve covers back off, put a little silicone in that general area to seal it up, and then put the valve cover back on. We should be just fine. So tomorrow night, I come back out and, put all the, start bolting everything back onto it. The carburetor, the linkage, the headers, get the exhaust on, the accessories, the alternator, the fuel system all put back in, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and I don't know if you can hear it, but this damn cricket has been driving me crazy for the last 2 hours. Anyway, tomorrow night, I'll give you another little upload, how we're progressing to get this all back together. And then Friday, we should have this thing running. I did take Friday off for the long holiday weekend, so I've got 4 days to make sure this thing is prepped and ready for Rocky Mountain Race Week. Well, hey, good morning, guys. So it is Friday, right before Labor Day weekend. So I have basically 7 days before this will be on a trailer and we'll be headed to Rocky Mountain Race Week. And I just did a compression check on my $100 engine now that I finally have it in the car, because I really couldn't do it till then. And for the most part, it's between 150 and 170, and one cylinder is down to 120. So, my $100 engine is just about what I expected. So we'll be able to get through the week with it. Like I said, looking at the video or the pictures, right, the bearings all look good. I had to clean up the cylinders a little bit, but you know what, for $100, it is what it is. Maybe we'll run the 13.0 class and have a little fun. Basically, we're down on power. So anyway, who knows what this damn thing will do when we get to the drag strip, because I'm not going to have a chance to test it this weekend. I'm just going to go out and put some miles on it, make sure she's good and roadworthy, and then come out to Rocky Mountain Race Week, see some beautiful scenery and have a little fun and just meet some, like-minded people that enjoy doing this crazy style of event. So anyway, there's a little quick update on the compression. Basically, the engine's all together. I just need to button up a couple more things, and we'll fire it up and see what happens. Well, guys, it's all back together, and it's running. So now I'm gonna put a couple of miles on it, just to make sure everything's okay. Obviously, I should be at this point on my way to Rocky Mountain Race Week. Originally I was going to drive this car there, but now I am going to trailer it. So yeah, I'm going to whip out. So I've rented a U-Haul trailer to trailer it for the week, just to make sure, I can make it there, make it back, without any troubles. We've got really good oil pressure right now. The engine temperatures are looking really good. Trans temp is looking good. Now granted, I just pulled out of the driveway and just a couple miles down the road, but yeah, a victory. Well, guys, went out for a test drive, and went for a short drive. Felt some, smelled some fluid, didn't smell right. Came back home and found transmission fitting, had gone bad and was puking fluid, leaking quite a bit, out, getting obviously on the exhaust, didn't smell right. Came home, fixed this guy, and not a big deal, right? That's an easy fix. Well, went up for another drive, went up for about a 20-mile drive, came back home, again, kind of smelled some fluid. I thought maybe it was some residual from this. And now the front pump seal has decided it's going to start puking fluid. So now on Friday, right, I just got the engine in and running and everything. This morning went up for a test drive, right? Things are going okay, temperatures look good, the fluid pressures look good, transmission was running cool, oil pressure was good, all that stuff. And now I get to pull the transmission out after just pulling the engine out and putting a different engine in. Now I get to pull the transmission out so I can fix it. Yeah, all the crap we do to try to get ready for a race week. So anyway, I guess I'm glad all this crap is happening now, and I'm also glad my wife is out of town, so I can concentrate on getting this damn thing fixed and not leaking. Hopefully everything working. Obviously I'm running a junkyard engine with, a couple of weak cylinders and, several good cylinders. So the goal is just to get through the week, have some fun, meet some new people, and hopefully survive. So with that said, hopefully we can rip this thing out tonight. Again, this is Saturday night now. Tomorrow will be Sunday. I'm not far from having to have this damn thing on a trailer. All right, guys, so I went out today, drove the car for about an hour. Car drove fine. No transmission leaks finally after tearing it out last night and putting it back together today. Today being Sunday, and basically, at this time, right, we'll be making hits, at the first track. So the one thing though, after driving for an hour, it used some oil, which I kind of thought might happen, and you can see the spark plug here, see if we can get it focused, is definitely got some carbon on it, where, you know, the oil, it is getting oil fouled. So the rings on number 8 are not sealing very good. I'm using a little bit of oil. In that hour, I used about a little over half a quart of oil. So what I'll be doing is a couple things. I'll be putting in some heavier, thicker oil in this thing, the cheapest crap I can buy just to get through Rocky Mountain Race Week with this engine. The other thing I'm going to do is miracle in a bottle. We're going to try some of this Lucas additive that says it is supposed to help seal piston rings and give you better compression. We're going to find out if this stuff actually works. It is like super gooey, heavy duty stuff. So I'm going to stuff some of that in there. Go to some heavier weight oil as I, you know, start using it, just stick it in there. You know, and hopefully this engine will last for the, you know, the 13, 14, however many miles we got to drive. You know, go from there. So I just have one little transmission leak. It's very, very small. Basically, it's where a temperature gauge goes into the side. So, you know, go ahead and loosen it up a little bit, seal it back up, and then thread it back in, and that should take care of that. So that's the only leak that I have at this point. The other thing I'm going to do is I've got a small valve cover leak. I'm actually going to make some valve cover studs. So get a little better clamping force. These keep loosening up on me and giving me small little fits and leaks. So I'm going to do that real quick, and that's about it. Now I need to pack. You can see there's a bunch of crap over there that, you know, needs to find its way into the trailer. I've got most of the tools that I've been using over this thrash that I know I'm going to need. So those tools will definitely find their way in the toolbox, you know, and, you know, I'll carry some extra oil, some extra transmission fluids, obviously other stuff too. So with that said, guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this adventure. You know, I've not only had to find an engine, and I had to pull the freaking transmission after I put the junkyard engine in it, and, you know, all that to get this damn thing ready. Hopefully we can, I have no clue what this thing is going to run. We'll find out. So anyway, thanks again for taking the time to watch. Take care, guys. I will see everyone, or those of you that are doing the event or are going to attend the event, feel free to stop by, say hello, and, you know, tell me what an idiot I am for going through this. You know, for thrashing to put a junkyard motor in to come out to drive what, it's going to take me 16 hours, I think, to get there. So anyway, see you guys.